to another exciting edition of the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast. I am your host, Davo. Before I get into the introductions and all of that, I have a mea culpa, guys.
Oh.
It seems that in the bear episode, I was wrong with one of my questions.
I knew it.
Yep. Turns out there's a bear in the National Hockey League. That would be the Boston Bruins. So my question was completely wrong. A friend of the show, Allison, let us know that if you're not on our Facebook page or our Twitter. This way everybody knows, yes, I know I made a mistake and I apologize. It won't happen again, I swear.
So looking back at the scores for that episode, we all answered the question.
Yes.
We all got points for the question, so it wouldn't have changed the outcome at all.
Not in any way, but for the, for the veracity of the quiz, so we know what we're talking about. I wanted to make sure everybody knew that I was aware of my error and will strive not to make any more. So this week is the first recording of 2020 for us. 2020. So we will be doing something a little special. We have Kels.
Hello, everyone.
And we have Neil.
Hello.
But since our dudes from the Midwest quota is only one, we jettisoned Andy and brought in Barry.
Hello, everyone.
Barry.
I am here.
Barry, tell the ladlers out there a little bit about yourself. What's your trivia love? What are you about?
Well, I do like trivia. I started in the 8th grade when we were bored with geography, and a friend and I would sit in the back of the room and play tic-tac-toe with trivia questions to each other. Ooh. And I'm a big fan. It's a fairly large part of my life in terms of entertainment because I'm otherwise boring. It was on a game show a long time ago. Did fairly well. It was Joker's Wild a long, long time ago. I'm up in the tundra of Minnesota. And love the podcast, and actually want to give a shout out to Neil and those who write the questions because in case people wonder, it's a lot of work. They put a lot of time and effort in it. So tell your friends and neighbors and in-laws and outlaws about the great podcast that you're listening to. That's it.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you very much, Barry. Your questions have been wonderful. Thus far, we have detected no errors, unlike me. So... You're beating me handily already.
I don't know about that, but go ahead.
So, Neil, give us some rules.
Yeah. Well, the rules are every week we have a theme. In that theme, we've got 6 categories of 4 questions each. Each question is worth about 10 points. There's a few bonus questions thrown in here and there. And then a final question, which is worth up to 100 points. And today's theme is something that I think everybody should have an equal shot at. There's no specialized knowledge in here that someone may have an advantage for, because since this is our first recording of the year 2020, we're doing the 2019 year in review.
Ooh. I was alive in 2019.
I suspect you all were.
Yep.
And as usual, our first category is science.
Oh boy. Barry, how do you feel about science, just in general?
It's fascinating, but it's not my specialty.
You are ever the diplomat.
History would be up there. Sports I do pretty well at. And old music, rock and roll from 55 to about 2000. That would I'd say my specialties.
Well, I can tell you, since this is a 2019 category, there's not going to really be any history.
Probably not. Unless we're talking about people who died that made history.
I mean, it all happened in the past, but that doesn't really count as history as far as trivia goes.
That's true.
Right.
Question 1 in science. The Event Horizon Telescope provided the first direct image of what object? I should say, what type of object?
Locked in.
I'm locked in too.
Can I have the question one more time?
The Event Horizon Telescope, that's the name of the telescope,
Hmm.
provided the first direct image of what object?
It's also the name of a terrible sci-fi movie from the 90s.
I never saw it. Is it terrible?
My wife loves that.
It's
That
it's about 2 steps from good. It's you can see the potential. I feel like they didn't commit fully to the gore and the nastiness. They were
Oh,
just kind of pussyfooting around it.
it's a outer space horror movie that's better than Jason X.
is that really hard to be though?
No.
Not that hard. Anyway, Kels, what's your answer?
With the name Event Horizon, like the telescope, I'm hoping it has something to do with a black hole.
Okay, Deva.
I think this was the one that had the surface of the comet. So I said a comet.
Okay,
I too
And
said
Barry.
black hole. Never heard of the movie, but that's the only thing I could think of.
Black Hole's a good movie too.
But it's not.
I never saw
Well, you like the black hole, but you don't like Event Horizon.
Oh, I was a child when Black Hole came out. I have fond memories of it. It's still garbage, but it's good for a child.
Black Hole was an old Disney space movie. No, the correct answer, the Event Horizon Telescope, is pretty much the name. Technically, what it imaged was the event horizon of a black hole.
Well,
Oh,
But popularly it was said it imaged a black hole because the big black hole in the middle of the event horizon is actually the black hole. So,
Right.
question 2. On January 3rd, a spacecraft landed where for the first time?
come on.
And for a bonus, what country sent the craft to where it landed?
Oh, I'm locked in.
I'll lock in.
I have no idea. So I'm going to throw out something that exists.
That's a good start.
All right, I'm locked in.
Okay, Deva, what's your answer?
Well, I got my telescopes and my landing crafts all mixed up. It landed on a comet, and I believe it was from Great Britain.
Okay, Barry.
I said Mars, which I think was done a long time ago, but I said China.
Okay, and Kels.
I said Saturn, which probably happened a long time ago too. And I also said China.
That was my other guess.
Okay. Well, this is one I had a hard time wording properly. I wanted to put in the name of the spaceship, but I thought that would give away the craft. But basically, you're all wrong,
What?
except Kel's got the bonus. The A spaceship landed on January 3rd on the far side of the moon for the very first time.
Oh,
And it was China?
It was China.
So Barry got it too.
dang it.
Oh, you got okay. Yeah.
I know we landed on a comet. It was really cool.
But it wasn't on January 3rd.
That's true.
And I don't think it was the first time we landed on a comet.
Well, this was like, yeah, it is. And I thought so.
Was it?
I believe so. I'm dedicated to the comet principle here. It's going to happen.
Well, I could be wrong about that. And just to show off a little bit, Kels, Saturn doesn't really have any place to land. It's a gas giant, so there's not really a thing to land on. It would get destroyed before it got to the bottom.
That sounds fun. Just throw away millions of dollars.
We have launched some spacecraft into Saturn, but I don't think you could ever say it landed there.
Oh, I got you.
All right, so a couple of bonus points on that one. So let's move on to question 3. What tech company announced in October that they achieved quantum supremacy, which means that they developed a quantum computer that could do a calculation that a standard computer cannot do?
Well, I'm locked in with a guess. I remember reading something about this. I thought it was pretty slick.
I'll I'll take a shot at it. I'm locked in.
And I am writing something as well. I'm locked in.
Barry?
I can only think of Google, and don't know if they're into supercomputers, but given what they've accomplished, I'm going to say Google.
Okay. Kels?
I said Texas Instruments because they used to make groovy graphing calculators.
Still do, my man. Still do.
That's good to know.
Davo?
I said Intel.
Mm.
All right. Well, the correct answer is the Google.
Oh.
Come on. The Comet, right? We built one on a comet.
Question 4. The Nobel Prize in Chemistry was awarded to the developers of what kind of battery?
Hmm.
I'm locked in. You don't even have to call on
Battery.
me. I'm just going to tell you right now it's a comet battery. But I have another answer. Might be worth it.
All right.
What kind of battery? I have no idea. I'm locked in.
Kels?
Some kind of way they made a hydroelectric battery.
Davo?
Lithium ion.
Barry?
I too said lithium ion, and I believe one of the guys that did it was Ray Guy that was involved with that.
I'm telling you. Dr. Guy is a formidable chemist.
Well, the correct answer is lithium ion.
Oh,
Lithium ion.
Mm.
And it wasn't Ray Guy, Barry, but one of the men who shared that prize was his name is John Goodenough of UT Austin. And he is now the oldest person to ever win a Nobel Prize at 97 years old.
Whoa.
Seriously?
wow.
Whoa.
Never too late, y'all.
All right.
No kidding.
Keep in mind that there's usually a pretty significant delay. I mean, obviously, the lithium ion battery's been around for a while, so he was much younger when he developed it. But one of the requirements of the Nobel Prize is they don't give them away posthumously. So,
They had to get on the stick real quick there.
all right. Well, at the end of round 1, we've got Davo at 10, Kels with 12, and Barry with 32.
Way to go,
Get out
Barry.
of there.
Just real quick, I did a little bit of looking here while I was basking in the glory of my 10 points. We landed on a comet. We landed on a comet in 2014. So I was never anywhere near right.
Maybe you just read old news sometime
Maybe.
last year.
Well, we're going to move on to category 2, which is movie tribons,
I
because
love
they're
the
really
tribons.
easy to write.
Oof.
So these are all movies that were released in 2019.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 3 actors from the movie, and you just need to tell me the name of the movie.
All right.
Question 1 is Emma Watson, Laura Dern, and Timothy Chalamet.
What?
You just see Kel's Rolodex of movie posters going by.
I can hear it. I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
It's flipping. Emma Watson, Laura Dern, Timothy Chalamet.
Timothée Chalamet.
I didn't put that emphasis on there. I can only think of one movie that Emma Watson was in recently, but I have no idea about anybody else. I'll go with that. Hopefully, locked in.
Okay. Dava?
I said Noah.
Barry?
Little Women.
Kels?
Little Women.
Correct answer is Little Women.
You know, fun fact, Noah came out in 2014. Why can't this quiz be about 2014? I'd be dominating.
You know, I was going to let that one slide, actually.
No, I deserve it. It's terrible.
So was Noah discovering a comet back then as well, or?
He was. He was
All
building an ark to get to the comet.
Space Ark. Question 2. Chris Pratt, Allison Brie, and Elizabeth Banks.
I'm locked in.
I'll lock in.
I'm locked in.
Barry?
Ray Guy goes to Hollywood.
Nice.
Kels?
Well, since I don't remember Allison Brie being in, Endgame, I think there was a Lego movie sequel earlier this year, and I'm hoping she was in that. So I say Lego movie.
Oh,
Barry? Davo?
I said a comet.
You gotta let that go.
Have you just given up?
No, I just couldn't think of anything. No, I have not given up. I'm just going back to the second half.
Well, one of you got it correct. It is the Lego Movie 2.
Yeah. All right. Got to focus up here.
Question 3. Matt Damon, Christian Bale, and John Bernthal.
Matt Damon. Locked in.
Locked in.
All right, I'm locked in.
Kels?
I'm not sure about Bernthal being in it, but I think Matt Damon and Christian Bale starred in Ford versus Ferrari.
Davo?
Ford versus Ferrari.
And Barry.
I said Ford versus Ferrari.
Correct answer is Ford versus Ferrari.
Sweet.
I'm so glad I watched that trailer last night. It's fresh.
Question 4. Jason Sudeikis, Rachel Bloom, and Leslie Jones. Is it Sudeikis?
Sudeikis, I think.
Sudeikis.
It's Sudeikis, Rachel Bloom.
This is one I'll be a little disappointed if any of you get.
Jason Sudeikis. I don't even know who Rachel Bloom is.
I'm locked in.
Oh, I'm locked in too.
I'm locked in.
Davo?
Terrible Bosses 2.
Barry?
I said Ray Guy builds a supercomputer and called it Comet.
Nice.
And Kels?
I said Ghostbusters, the director's cut.
Okay, well, so I'm glad that none of you got it right. First of all, Kels, Rachel Bloom was the star of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
She's
Did you
great.
ever see that?
I never
Show?
saw that.
It's a good show.
Oh, that's a good show.
Okay.
If you like singing and dancing, they do like 3 or 4 original songs every episode. The correct answer is The Angry Birds Movie 2.
They made a sequel?
What?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, no.
With Jason Sudeikis, Rachel Bloom, and Leslie Jones, among other people that you've heard of.
Huh.
Okay.
Keep getting them checks.
Yeah, please.
All right. At the end of round 2, Davo has doubled his score to 20 points. Kels has 42 and Barry has 52. So let's move on to some sports.
I like sport.
Yay.
I love the sport ball. Question 1. The St. Louis Blues used what 1982 song as their celebration song?
Oh,
And
my
for
God.
a bonus, who sang the song, or which version of the song did they use?
Locked in.
I'm locked in.
I remember this being big in the news, but not paying attention to it.
It was a while ago.
I'm gonna write down the song that I like. I am locked in.
Barry?
Gloria. Originally by Them, the group called Them. And I have no idea why they chose that, but I just remember hearing it thinking, what? Why?
Kels?
I said My Favorite Things from The Sound of Music. which would have been sung by Miss Julie Andrews.
And Devo.
I could just see a hockey
That's,
arena
wait,
going crazy.
did you just say that you were going to pick one of your favorite songs, and that's the one you picked?
I said a song I like. I do
Okay.
love it.
Okay.
It was Gloria, and I believe it was the Laura Branigan version.
Got it.
The correct answer is Gloria by Laura Branigan. So you're right. Them did do it first, but well, I think it was them. But it was Laura Branigan's version of it that they used, which came out in 82. I think the original was in the 70s.
I'm sorry, Neil. I hate to correct you, but you said them saying it first. I believe to be grammatically correct is they saying it first.
Thank you.
Okay. I got you.
We're sticklers on this show.
All right. Question 2. The U.S. women's national soccer team won the 2019 World Cup. Name any of the 3 team captains for 10 points.
Locked in.
Kels?
Megan Rapinoe.
Devo?
Alex Morgan?
Barry?
Megan Rapinoe.
Quick answers are Carly Lloyd, Alex Morgan, or Megan Rapinoe.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. Question 3. The World Series champions, the Washington Nationals, moved to D.C. in 2005 from Montreal. They were the first Major League Baseball team to be relocated since 1972 when the Washington Senators moved where?
Oh, no. Washington Senators.
I thought it was interesting that Washington, D.C. has been in the last 2 moves have been to or from there.
Huh. 72, you said?
Yeah.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
Deva?
I said the Texas Rangers. They moved to Arlington, Texas.
Barry?
Well, my daughter lives in Dallas, so if I missed this, I would be shamed. It is the Texas Rangers.
And Kels?
I was on the fence between the Astros and the Rangers, but I felt like if it was the Astros, I would have heard about that little tidbit a lot during the World Series. But I want the Rangers instead.
Correct answer is the Rangers.
And the Washington Senators at one time moved to Minnesota, become the Minnesota Twins in 1961.
Hey.
Yeah. There's been a lot of teams going in and out of Washington, D.C. It's kind of weird. I think they've had 6 or 7 different Major League Baseball teams.
Holy moly.
Question 4 in sports. In October, Kenyan runner Eliud Kipchoge broke what barrier in a Vienna race?
Locked in.
I don't mean a physical barrier.
Yeah.
He didn't run through a wall like the Juggernaut?
No, he did not run through a wall, as far as I know.
Okay. I'm locked in.
I'm locked in as well.
All right, Barry?
I think it's the 2-hour marathon.
Kels?
I said it ran the marathon in less than 3 hours.
Okay. And Deva?
I thought it was the mile time in the marathon. So I put down they broke the 8-minute mile mark.
Well, that could be correct, Devo. I don't know. But the answer I was looking for is the 2-hour marathon.
We'll do the math real quick.
Right.
Do that math.
But I couldn't say that that's the first time anybody's run a marathon mile in 8 minutes. I'm surely someone else has done that before. Some idiot's gone out there and sprinted the first mile. And
you're probably right, but you know,
Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile.
I knew it was a 4-minute mile.
120 years ago.
Yeah.
All right, fine. He ran to a comet. How about that?
But I mean, a mile in a marathon is going to be a lot slower than just a mile runner. So interestingly, that doesn't count as an actual record because there were some technical aspects to that race that didn't that it's not going to be a world record because it wasn't an open race and some of the other race conditions made it unofficial. Okay, at the end of round 3, Davo has 52, Kels has 62, and Barry has 92.
Oh my gosh.
Barry.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, I'll fade just like the Vikings do, you know.
Oh, my dad was a Vikings fan. He knows that pain well.
Yes, we all do.
See, when you said that, my first thought was, when did the Norsemen fade?
And
My first thought is not to think of a football team.
and that's how much you love the sports ball.
Yeah.
Category 4 is international news.
Oh no.
In January, a tailings dam near the town of Brumadinho failed, killing over 250 people. In what country did that happen?
What was the name of this town again?
I'm
Brumadinho.
locked in with a country.
Brumadinho. And a tailings dam, in case you didn't know, is basically the nasty crap that comes out of a mine.
Comes out of mine.
Ooh, a mine. I'll lock in.
I'm also locked in with the country.
Kels?
I said Deutschland, Germany.
Barry?
Well, I thought Italy at first because of the sound of it, but I'm going to go with South Africa.
Davo?
You know, I thought Italy first as well, but then I went to Chile.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Geographically, Davo, you are much closer, but the correct answer is Brazil.
Brazil.
Oh man, can I get
No.
1 point taken away for every latitude?
You may not. Question 2. The Republic of Macedonia changed its name in 2019. What is the country's new name? And for a bonus, the renaming was part of a requirement for entry into what 2 organizations? 2 major. There may have been others. These are the 2 big ones.
I'm locked in.
I'm not locked in yet. I'm thinking.
It's a good thing I take map quizzes.
I was gonna say. I was thinking about you, Kels, when I wrote this one. I'm like, Kels knows this one off the top of his head.
Bonus parts I'm gonna just take a guess at, but
I'm locked in. I feel pretty comfortable with the bonus, but I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
Doggone.
All right. Barry?
Well, I couldn't think of a name other than Macedonia because I remember Alexander the Great. So I have no clue, but I'm going to say NATO and the UN.
Okay. Davo?
Republic of Macedonia is just too long. Got to truncate that and make it sound powerful. So I said Macedon. And
that sounds like a heavy metal band from the 70s.
It really does. Well, Mastodon is amazing. Macedon is even better. And the organizations that I put were the UN and the EU.
Ooh.
Okay, Kels?
Well, first I'd like to point out that the way that Davo said Macedon made me think of the Power Rangers. It was a morphin town for a second. But
it really was.
I said
Yugoslavia is 5 different countries.
I said Northern Macedonia. And I also went with NATO and the UN for the bonus.
Okay. The correct answer is the Republic of North Macedonia.
Oh, no.
Oh.
So they just added the North in there. Kels, I'm going to give you half points.
I'll take it.
It's not Northern, it's North.
Oh, I think it's Northern Macedonia.
And the bonuses are they had to change their name so that Greece would let them into the EU and NATO.
Oh,
I got 2 points. Hooray.
Yeah, you each got one of those.
foot on the line.
So basically, the story, I did some research on that. Basically, the story is Greece didn't like Macedonia using the name Macedonia because they think they own that term. And so Greece was going to block them from joining the EU or NATO, or because like for the EU, I know it has to be a unanimous vote. And so they compromised by first adding the word North to their name. And then they had to sign a statement of some kind saying that just because they're called Republic of North Macedonia doesn't mean they have anything to do with the ancient Macedonians because they're Greek.
Wow.
So yeah, basically Greece was being kind of
Petty.
Yeah, petty.
They just changed it to Macedon and had no problems.
They could have.
Okay, question 3. A mass shooting in Christchurch, New Zealand killed 51 people and injured 49. What type of building did the shooting occur in?
Locked in.
Looks like Barry reads the news.
Barry's up on his business.
Just remembers it.
I'm locked in.
So my brain keeps wanting me wants me to say I'm locked in.
All right. Start with Davo.
Well, I went with the first answer that popped in my head. I know Barry probably did the same. So we're on the same wavelength there, Barry.
There we
I said a
go.
mosque.
Kels?
I said a church.
Barry.
It was indeed a mosque.
It was a mosque.
Yeah, buddy.
Question 4. The leader of what country abdicated his throne in April, the first time that's happened in this country for over 200 years?
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
Okay,
Oh.
everybody's locked in.
Yeah.
Let's start with Kels. What's your answer?
I could only think of so many countries that still had, royalty and whatnot. And I just went with Japan because I think they still have I don't, it is a weird thing that popped in my head. I'm probably wrong. Oh, just move on.
Barry?
I took the first thing that came to my mind and I said Japan as well.
At least I'm not alone.
Davo?
I also said Japan because I think the leader, the emperor, abdicated to marry like a commoner, essentially, was what I want to remember.
Well, I'm glad that wasn't part of the question. Davo?
Cool.
The correct answer is Japan, and I believe he just got kind of tired of it and abdicated in favor of his son.
Oh.
He was just done. I'm out.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he's fairly old. Now I'm going to look that up. Hang on. He's 86 years old. So he just wanted to say, yeah, I'm just going to chill for a while. Okay, at the end of round 4, Davo and Kels are getting closer to each other. Davo has 74, Kels has 79, but Barry has 114 points.
Get out of here.
Wow.
Helps to read the news.
Let's move on to category 5, which is music.
Yeah, 2019 was not a banner year for music for me, so we'll just see what happens.
No, I try to keep it mixed up a little bit, so we'll see how it goes. Question 1. What rapper was shot outside of his clothing store in Los Angeles in March? And for a bonus, hang on, Kels.
I didn't
For
say
a bonus. Huh?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, who was it?
That was me.
Okay. Hang on, Barry. For a bonus, his murderer shares a name with what former U.S. Attorney General?
Ooh.
I'm like, because I know for sure the answer to the question. Um, you said a former what now? Attorney.
U.S. Attorney General.
I can only think of one former attorney general right now, and I know
Man.
this ain't it.
Was it Edmund Randolph?
Janet Reno.
That's
Me too. That's what I was thinking too.
that's exactly what I was thinking.
And I know this not right. Man, I'm gonna just lock in. I don't know the bonus.
I'm locked in
I'm already locked in.
as well.
All right, Davo, what's your answer?
Oh, why? Oh, come on, man. I don't know how to say his name. It's like got three X's. Isn't it like extinction or some weirdness like that?
Okay, well that's not right. So do you have
My
a
God.
guess for the bonus?
Obviously not.
Okay,
Janet Reno.
Kels.
You would be referring to one Nipsey Hussle,
Okay, no bonus.
Janet Reno.
Barry.
I also said
Oh.
Nipsey Hussle, and I said Edwin Meese, because you obviously said Janet Reno is not right, so I'll go with Meese.
Hey, go the other side of the aisle, I guess.
Yeah.
Would it have helped if I'd said it was Barack Obama's Attorney General?
That was Janet Reno.
Holder?
That was
Yeah, Eric Holder.
Oh, really? Oh,
Just to be clear, it was not the Attorney General. It was just a guy that has the same name as the Attorney General.
do we really know that?
I mean, I think we know.
Okay.
All right, question 2. What actor and singer won the Grammys for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Rap and Sung Performance, and Best Music Video in the 2019 Grammys?
Can you list those accolades one more time? You said actor, singer.
Yeah, actor, singer who won a Grammy. He won Grammys for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, the Best Rap Performance, and Best Music Video.
I'm locked in.
Do you want me to try to come up with an easy mode for this?
Yes.
No. What? If you can, then I'll take it. I already locked in. What am I saying?
I'll let you unlock it if you want.
I'll unlock for easiness.
So you want an easy mode?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
This Grammy Award winning rapper has won an Emmy for portraying a rapper.
I'll lock in.
I'm
It
locked
didn't
in.
seem to help much.
No.
I'm locked in.
Okay. Barry?
Well, being an old guy, I'm not exactly a rap hip hop guy. So I can only guess it's Ray Guy's cousin, Eminem.
Deva?
Well, he's little known, but he really, stepped it up this year. Noah Comet.
And Kels?
I went with Eminem.
Oh,
Huh, I'm kind of surprised.
I don't feel so bad now.
Don't catch you slipping now. Does that mean anything to you?
No.
No.
Police be tripping now. This is America.
Oh my God.
God.
The correct answer is Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino.
Said he won an Emmy for portraying a rapper.
In Atlanta? The TV show
Atlanta.
Atlanta?
He's not a rapper in that though.
Oh, isn't he?
Nah, he manages a rapper.
Oh. My bad. I just looked that up on Wikipedia. I know it's about rappers.
It-
Would that have made a difference for you?
because I didn't think Eminem won an Emmy for being B Rabbit in 8 Mile, but
Why would he win an Emmy for a
For a
movie.
movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. They don't do that. It's TV stuff.
Okay, well now I feel bad for having the bonus out there, but I guess I should have said he won a Grammy for a show about rappers.
I never would have gotten to. Not with that clue. I never would have gotten it.
Nor I.
All right.
Oh, that would have got me
So-
closer. But dang,
Well, sorry, my bad.
that's all good.
So it's interesting to think that Donald Glover, who I know mostly from Community, is halfway to an EGOT.
Yeah,
It's true.
it's the stage. Look out, man.
Mhm.
All right. Well, sorry about that question. Let's move on to question 3. There were some great additions to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame last year, but one inductee was the 23rd person to be inducted twice, once for her former group and once for her solo career. Her hits include Rhiannon, Rhiannon and Stand Back. One of those was a hit for the group and one was a solo hit.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Okay. Kels.
Well, I hope you know that thunder only happens when it's raining. I went with Stevie Nicks.
Barry.
Glad you gave that song, Stevie Nicks.
And Devo.
Stevie Nicks.
It was indeed Stevie Nicks, obviously for Fleetwood Mac and for her solo career. Other inductees this year, just as a trivia nugget, included The Cure, Def Leppard, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, Radiohead, Roxy Music, and The
Ooh.
Zombies.
Nice.
Zombies like the time of the season. Zombies.
That's the
the one.
zombies.
Okay.
And She's Not There
Yeah.
was an earlier hit.
Probably there are only 2 hits.
All right, question 4. Who was the first artist since 1964 who had the number 1, number 2, and number 3 songs on the Billboard Top 100 chart? And for a bonus, who was the group in 1964 that had the same honor?
Locked in.
Barry.
He's on fire. I don't appreciate it.
Number 1, number 2, and number 3?
From this year?
This year.
You said just what artist, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was a solo artist this year, and there was a group in 64.
64. I got I guess a pretty good guess for the group,
Me too.
but I'm blanking on who this could be.
Oh, I'm going to try this. Locked in.
This shouldn't be this hard, but I got like 3 options floating around. Who I think who the people think are popular. I'm gonna go with this one. I'm locked in.
All right. Deva?
I said for the one to do it this year, I followed Kels's strategy and thought of who was really big, and I seem to remember Billie Eilish being pretty big, so I went with Billie Eilish. And in 1964, it was the Beatles.
Kels?
The exact same logic, actually. No, Billie Eilish is pretty popular now. So, and the Beatles for 1964.
And Barry?
I said Ariana Grande only because I'm a huge music fan of the Beatles, and remember when I heard that I cringed because actually I threw up. But so Ariana Grande and the Beatles.
That was my other it was between Billie Eilish, Ariana Grande, and Taylor Swift.
I don't know that I don't think it made it onto a show. I think we were talking about it before we started recording, but I remember talking about this with Andy when it happened. And the correct answer is Ariana Grande and, of course, the Beatles.
To even include her in the same sentence is revolting.
Andy concurs.
I'm sure.
I'm sure he does.
All right, at the end of round 5, Davo has 86, Kels 101, and Barry 146.
Barry.
He has to get like the whole next category wrong, and me get them all right just to be in there.
Yeah, he'll still be ahead if that happens.
Yeah, but I'll be in striking distance.
Well, basically, you other guys, Barry and Kells, need to fall unconscious. I win by default.
Depending on the questions, that's very possible.
Well, we're going to end this quiz on the category of deaths. These are famous people who died in 2019.
No.
Question 1. The longtime creative director for Chanel and Fendi passed away in February. What is his name?
Locked in.
I'm locked in.
I have not the slightest idea.
You're not in the fashion turn to the left fashionista stuff?
No.
Well,
It says Chanel and Fendi.
Yeah.
Very iconic looking dude.
I believe he had his own line too, but I couldn't really use that because it's his name. So
I'm locked in.
Barry,
That would be Karl Lagerfeld.
David,
Karl Lagerfeld.
and Kels.
Ray Gee.
The correct answer is Karl Lagerfeld.
Ray Gee. I love it.
So I don't know what he was doing before, but Chanel had kind of lost its cachet after Coco Chanel died. I think in the late '60s or early '70s, and the company was kind of floundering a little bit. And then they hired him in the early '80s, and he turned it back into a really high end brand.
There was something on Netflix about him and the Coco Chanel brand and all of that. It's actually really pretty good documentary. It's pretty interesting to watch.
Question 2. What celebrated author passed away in August after a long career in which she won a Nobel Prize, a Pulitzer Prize, and a Presidential Medal of Freedom, among many, many others?
Locked in.
I have an easy mode if you need it.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
David,
Harper Lee.
Kels,
Toni Morrison.
Barry.
Harper Lee.
Oh.
Correct answer is Toni Morrison.
Oh yes.
Seriously?
I got so worried when both of them said Harper Lee. I was like, wow. And you love To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah, I don't think that Harper Lee won. She only wrote essentially one book. I don't think she won Nobel Prizes, Pulitzer Prizes.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, you are right.
You are right, and I don't appreciate you telling us how wrong we are.
Well, I had forgotten about Harper Lee, and so I just wanted to make sure that she didn't fit into this category.
Was that 2019? Harper Lee?
That's the other thing I'm looking up. I feel like that was in 2018.
I think it was 2014, along with Noah and the Comet.
No, actually, it was 2016.
16.
She died.
We're getting closer.
There we go.
I'm making my way up to 2019.
Was the easy mode Beloved?
It was.
Okay.
Oof.
I would have been real mad then.
Question 3. What civil rights activist and longtime congressman from Baltimore passed away in October?
Oh, man.
Oh,
yeah.
Last name.
Locked in.
I'm looking at his face in my head right now. You know how a name gets stuck in your head that you know isn't right, but nothing else will like push it out of the way?
You mean Ray Guy?
No, it's not even that one. It's for some reason I'm stuck on John Chaney.
Temple coach.
Yeah, exactly. And it's bothering me. I cannot shake that name right now. Oh. Okay. All right. I'm locked in.
All right, Kels.
Is it John Lewis?
Barry.
Elijah Cummings.
Oh God.
And Davo,
Elijah Cummings.
correct answer is Elijah Cummings.
Ah, that yeah,
John Lewis was Atlanta.
yeah. I got stuck on John for. Oh my god, I don't even know what John Lewis looks like.
Well,
That
I can tell you also that John Lewis isn't dead, so
also helps. Ah, mm, mm, mm.
you okay, Kels?
Nope.
There's only one question left. Are you collected?
Sure.
Okay. Question 4. What longtime Muppeteer passed away in December? And for a bonus, what two characters was he most famous for playing? You need to get them both for bonus points.
Oh, um,
Oh,
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in too.
I'm not gonna get the bonus because I can only think of. I'm locked in.
All right. Barry?
I have no guess. Like I can picture the guy, but I can't think of it. And I'm gonna say Fozzie Bear and Big Bird.
Okay. Davo?
I believe it. I don't know his name. But I was really bummed out when he died. He does Big Bird and Oscar, and I think his first name is Carol.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Kels?
I'm not sure how to pronounce the last name. It's Carol. Is either Spinny or Spiny. And I said Big Bird and Snuffleupagus, just because I wanted to say Snuffleupagus.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. His name is Carol Spinney.
Spinny.
Davo, I'll give you half points for getting his first name because it is kind of an unusual name.
Thank you.
And he played Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch.
Oh.
Good job.
Yay.
So Davo gets the bonus. And at the end of regulation, Davo has 113, Kels 121, and Barry 166. Dare I say that Barry is nearly untouchable at this
Holy
point.
cow! How did this happen?
He's gonna have to pass out for us to even
Yeah.
get close.
So when my wife asks me, "Why are you always checking up on the news?" I can actually say, "See, it paid off."
All right, so we still have a final question left. And I have a list that, according to thenumbers.com, which is a pretty interesting website for movie information,
Mm.
I have a list of the top 10 movies with the highest estimated production budget. So I'm not looking for their box office gross. I'm looking for what their production budget was, like how much it cost to make the movie.
Oh,
So, according to thenumbers.com, they start at, just so you know, they start at 170 million
Mm.
and go up to 400 million.
Holy Moses.
And these are just in 2019.
These are movies that were released in 2019.
Wait just 1 second, Bubba. Yes, it's your friendly podcasting fanatic. Here to shout out my trivia brothers from another mother, the Trivia Rogues. When you get a chance, pop on over to the Trivia Rogues and let Billy and the gang educate you on some things, Bubba. Funk on. And do remember to please look both ways before you cross my mind, baby.
So let's start with Davo.
Oh, come on. All right.
I always start in third place.
Yeah. All right. I said Endgame, Avengers Endgame.
Okay.
I said Aquaman. I said Hobbs and Shaw. I said Star Wars 9, Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
I said Terminator Dark Fate. And the one that I wasn't really happy with putting on here, but it was, superhero movie-ish. I put Joker. I don't think it cost that much, but I just put it down there. And my son is 5 months old, so we could just cut half a year off of this list for me. So that's all I got.
All right, Kels.
Okay, Avengers Endgame, Lion King, uh, Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker, Captain Marvel.
Oh no, it didn't come out in 2019. Did it?
Oh, man. I'm gonna go with hope on that one. Toy Story 4,
Oh yeah.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which I'm not sure if it came out in 19 or 18. I'm on the fence, but I wrote it down. Spider-Man Far From Home, Hobbs and Shaw, Terminator Dark Fate, and Lego Movie Dose.
All right. And Barry.
I said the Star Wars, Avengers, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man,
Hey, slow down.
Irishman.
Hey, slow down. You're going too
Okay.
fast. So I got Skywalkers. What was the second?
Avengers,
Okay.
Captain Marvel, Irishman,
Okay.
Toy Story,
Ooh.
4, I assume 4. I don't remember when Frozen came out, but the second one.
Yeah, that
And
came
then-
out this year.
And then, did I say Spider-Man?
You did.
Okay. And Captain Marvel?
Yep.
That's the only ones I can remember. I don't watch a lot of movies, but that's it.
Okay, so you got 7. I got 7 here.
Correct.
So let me tally these up real quick. So I have the top 20. Frozen made it to 15th on the list with a budget of 150 million. Let's see. The Irishman, 159 million.
Holy moly.
It just barely made the list. And the only reason something like The Irishman is on here is because to get Oscar to be able to enter it in the Oscars, they have to show it in a theater. So the worldwide box office gross for The Irishman is 892,000.
Yeah.
So I think they showed it for one night or something like that, maybe one weekend. Spider-Man Far From Home was number 12.
Darn.
And so the next 3 were all tied for 170, and none of you got them. One was Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Oh.
Dumbo.
Oh yeah.
And Alita Battle Angel.
I forgot about Alita Battle Angel. Darn it.
Me too.
They all had 170 million. Number 8 was Captain Marvel. I think Kels and Barry both got that one.
What was number 10? The Irishman was number 10.
No, The Irishman was 13.
That was 13.
Spider-Man Far From Home was 12. Godzilla, Dumbo, and Alita were all tied at 10.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, actually tied at 9.
Okay.
Then 8 was Captain Marvel. 7, Aladdin.
I forgot about Aladdin.
6 was Maleficent, Mistress of Evil.
Oh. Okay.
And let's see, number 5 was Terminator Dark Fate.
All right.
So I got Davo and Kels with that one.
2.
Hobbs and Shaw was number 4.
Mhm.
Number 3, none of you got. It was Dark Phoenix.
I totally blanked that movie out of existence.
Me too.
That had a budget of $200 million. We're at $275 million budget was Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
And with a production budget of $400 million and a worldwide box office of $2.8 billion is Avengers Endgame.
Man.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but Davo, I think you got 4 of those, which brings your total to 153, and you're currently in second place. Kels, I counted 5 for you.
Yes, sir.
Which brings you to 171, and you're currently in the lead.
Hey.
And Barry, Barry, I think you just got
That's
3 of
correct.
them.
I felt lucky to get 3.
But that is enough to catapult you to 196 points, and you are 100% on the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. I'm honored and stunned. You hit a few categories I did well in. Movies was not one of them.
Well, excellent job, Barry. You're welcome anytime.
Well, I appreciate it. I've had a great time, and the challenging is always fun. And against you two gentlemen, I feel honored.
So thank you for everybody listening. Thank you. Hope everybody had a happy new year. And 2020 is going to be a big one for all us here at the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast. This is Davo with Kels.
I would just like to point out at this juncture in time how disappointed I am that they didn't get Barbara Walters to do the ball drop, just so she can say that this is Barbara Walters and this is 2020.
Thank you, Kels.
That's all I needed.
And Barry.
But
thank you. Appreciate it. Have a great 2020. The year of the optometrist.
And Neil.
Can we take a vote on whether or not we can replace Barry, replace Andy with Barry? I think that's something we should.
We'll do a fan vote, like they did for Rob.
Well,
Robin got sold. Do a fan vote. Call 1-900 Brain Ladle. 1 for Andy, 2 for Barry. Signing off.
Greetings and salutations to all you good trivia people out there. I know what you're thinking. Hey, I really enjoyed this show. How can I get a little more? Well, here to help you out. You can look up these good people on Twitter at Ladle Brain, or if Facebook's more your deal, you can look them up at Brain Ladle Productions. Hey, they've even got their own webpage. It's brainladletrivia.com. Now, if you're feeling generous, you can join a Patreon, where if you donate $10 or more, you can even get yourself a fancy show invite. How about that? Until we meet again, this has been 44, and I'm glad you joined us. Hope I'm out.